Kenyan to understand. I want to say this clear for every Kenyan to understand. I don't support and I'm against supporting refugees from having Kenyans' IDs. There is no country in this world which gives refugees identity cards. They have to earn it through birth, through marriage, through registration. It's a lot of paperwork. Just because Ruto ametoa vetting, it is in the law. And Ruto cannot shut that law down. We are going to fight this. We are going to fight it to the last breath. We cannot allow refugees and the people who does not belong in this country to be given identity cards and to be given the rights which Kenyans have been fighting for them for years without earning them. Just by removing vetting, Ruto hajasema wa South Sudan wapatiwa ID. Congolese are not being given IDs. Rwandans are not being given IDs. Why is it Somalians, refugees, are allowed to take IDs? There is Somalians in Kenya and there is Somalians from Somalia as a country. Those Somalis who are coming from Somalia, they have a country. And we can never call them Kenyans. They are not Kenyans. This is not hate. There is a Somali as a country and Somalians in Kenya. And ameenda kutoa vetting. Kuna watu Northeastern wamelilia vitambulisho miaka imeenda. Na hao wako Northeastern hawatapewa vitambulisho. Our president is targeting refugees from Somalia because we know he has interest in Somalians and Somalia. And we are not going to allow that. The interest he has with Somalis and Somalians, that is for him, not for Kenyans. Just because he has given them positions in the government offices. And that is why we are seeing bad leadership everywhere. Because you can never take people who understand nothing about leadership. The only thing they understand is hate, wars, and tribalism. We cannot allow that. We cannot allow that. Because if we are going to allow people to come in this country without being vetted, we are going to allow goons. We are going to allow killers. We are going to allow rapists and every bad thing in this country, and Kenyans are not going to be protected. There is no country that does not vet peoples of the border. Why, as Kenya, we have to remove vetting? Vetting, I'm going to fight it, and I'm against it as a country. Vetting has to come back. It is in the constitution. And people who come from this country, they need to be vetted. Hivyo kulikuwa na vetting na walikuwa wakipitishwa. Saa hizi imekuwa hivyo. Tunaona maroli yanatoka Kakuma, yamewekwa ng'ombe na watu ndani, wanamwagwa hapa Isili. Wanakuja na maroli wanamwagwa hapa Isili. We are not going to allow that. We are not going to allow Ruto to run our country like that. Our country is going into chaos. And this excuse munasema ati tuna allow refugees wakuje wa invest. Why are we not allowing? And we are not giving South Sudanese IDs. Where we are not giving Congolese IDs and they need it. They are running from their country. And as much as I understand, Somalia is good as a country right now. Why do they need IDs from Kenya? We are not going to allow this. There is somewhere Ruto wants to take us. And that place we are not going to go. We cannot allow this president to graduate as a dictator and make people who have failed in other countries to be his allies. We cannot help the people to come and destroy our own country. We fought for this country. When we were fighting for Constitution 2010, they were not with us. They cannot destroy that for us. They can only benefit from it, but not destroying it for us. Because we have seen terror in this government. And that is why Nyerere was saying, don't open borders. Now we see why Moi was against opening borders. Now we see why we should never open those borders. They need to have limit. Because trust me, there is a reason why borders were kept. And for that reason, we cannot allow that to happen. Tunasikia vijana ambao walikuwa kumheckle president in Isiolo wameshikwa. Tunajua Northeastern, Isiolo, More than 200 youth have been abducted, disappeared. Watu wa Northeastern mumenyamaza tu. Hao walikuwa wakiadoptiwa. They are not Kenyans. Hata afadhali hao kina Kibet wamekuwa abducted, tuka make noise, tukajua kuna wengine wanabductiwa mahali. There is no Kenyans who is supposed to be abducted na watu wanyamaze. Hakuna kitu kinafaa kwenda kumalizwa chini ya maji. Kenya is led by constitution and policies of this country. And there is no one who is above the law. Even our own president is not above the law. Na hizi kutembea huko akitishia watu maisha ati nitawapoteza ati nitawafanya nini? No. President should have respect when you are addressing Kenyans. You should have respect. We respect you. So have respect when you are addressing Kenya, no matter how fools we are. We are stupid and we are fools because you are stealing day and night and we are keeping quiet, we are doing nothing about it. Just because you are not fighting it does not mean we don't know what goes where and why. Kenyan president, you should respect Kenyans. Na nyinyi kina Jimmy Wanjigi, Sonko, kina Kalonzo, kina Umtata, kina Umurara, kina Morara, munaosema munatetea maisha wa Kenya. Where are you defending Kenyans? Where Kenyans are being disrespected? Kids are disappearing. There is no justice. Which Kenya are you coming to lead? Kenya are hurting. Kenya is bleeding. While you are keeping quiet there, drawing policies on how you are going to lead in 2027, where you are going to take advantage, where not. It's not time for that. You want to lead Kenya. We want to see who is going to stand with Kenyans right now. That is what we are going to be in favor of. So sit down. Start discussing how we are going to remove Ruto from that seat. Ruto does not have to go this 1 year. Afai kumaliza hii mwaka. He has to go home and he must go. 3 years. All we do is our kid disappearing, bodies in Kware. Wasomali wako katika power, wanatuletea nyao, wanatutishia nyao. We cannot allow that. They have to learn how to respect Kenyans and Kenya as a country. We cannot allow this. We will never allow this. Our kids are dying in the hands of the people who are supposed to protect them. The NIS boss, the Minister of Defense, Soipantuia, Sijui Kinanani. Our kids are dying. Just because you can play puppets, we cannot keep quiet. We cannot. We cannot let Ruto graduate as a dictator. You can take what you take, you can loot what you loot, but we are not going to allow you to destroy this country. Majority of us, we cannot afford 2 meals. We only have a peaceful country to live in, and we cannot allow Ruto to open borders for the goons, terrorists to come in our country. Never. I want to say this loud and clear for every Kenyan to understand. I want to say this clear for every Kenyan to understand. I don't support and I'm against supporting refugees from having Kenyans' IDs. There is no country in this world which gives refugees identity cards. They have to earn it through birth, through marriage, through registration. It's a lot of paperwork. Just because Ruto ametoa vetting, it is in the law. And Ruto cannot shut that law down. We are going to fight this. We are going to fight it to the last breath. We cannot allow refugees and the people who does not belong in this country to be given identity cards and to be given the rights which Kenyans have been fighting for them for years without earning them. Just by removing vetting, Ruto hajasema wa South Sudan wapatiwa ID. Congolese are not being given IDs. Rwandans are not being given IDs. Why is it so?